Welcome to the Igniting Hope podcast, where you will experience catalytic encouragement and practical tools to renew your mind with truth instead of lies, so you can experience transformation in your emotions, circumstances, and influence. Let's break off self-limiting beliefs together like never before.
The title of today's message is Worrying with God. Now, I believe you're going to like this one. This is going to be a fun message, but also releasing some powerful truth. Hey, we here at Igniting Hope Ministries, we love to help you with your beliefs, because what we believe is more important than what we do. Certainly what we do is important, but it's not as important as what we believe. The kingdom is not moved forward by good behavior, it's moved forward by good beliefs. The question of the hour is not, Lord, what should I do? The greater question is, what should I believe? What do you want me to renew my mind with in this season? You know, some of the beliefs that I love to renew my mind with is like, number one, there's always a solution. 1 Corinthians 10:13 supports this. I want you to say out loud right now with me, there is always a solution. Say it again. There is always a solution. Now, what's interesting, if the brain doesn't believe there's a solution, it won't look for one. But once the brain believes there's a solution, it will find a solution where before it couldn't. That's what's so important about hope, because hope believes there's always a solution. You could be $1 million in debt today and there's a solution. You could have just got fired and there's a solution. You could have had something blow apart in your family, and there is a solution. So that's a powerful belief. You know, when we choose to renew our mind with truths like that, then what happens is that faith comes by hearing. We declare it, we meditate on it, we know it, it makes us free, and we experience it. We experience solutions. Now, that's not even the focus of the message today, but I wanted to start with that and bless you. Now, this message, Worrying with God, it came from Wendy and I. We were on staff at a church in Northern California in the 80s, and a group of witches came and cursed our church. They drew a pentagram on it. And our belief system at that time was that unless we did something to cancel the effects of what those witches did, then negative things would happen. But what was fascinating, at the same time, if our pastor blessed us, let's say at the end of a service, we would not have any expectancy of good coming to us. We did not think, we were just blessed. If we don't cancel the effects of this blessing, we are going to be overtaken with good things happening in our lives. Now, in my book, let's just laugh at that. By the way, that's such a fun devotional book. And if you, at the beginning of the year, made a goal to read a certain amount of books by the end of the year, I'm your friend, because that book is so small that we couldn't even put the title on the spine. And it's a fun book about using the power of laughter to let go of believing lies that are creating our negative strongholds. And one of the devotionals that we have in there, which is a lie, and it's called "A Curse is More Powerful Than a Blessing." Now, it's a lie. Ha ha. And we laugh at that. Now, concerning this lie, I share the following laughable assumptions. And I'll give a little chuckle after each one, and you can too. Darkness is more powerful than light. Ha ha. Though Satan is defeated, his curses are still victorious. Generational curses are more powerful than generational blessings. Hoo, hoo, hoo. If we are cursed, we should worry about bad things coming to us. But if we are blessed, we should not expect outrageously good things to come to us. Ha ha. I got two more. A spoken blessing isn't really powerful. It's just a courtesy gesture when someone sneezes. And lastly, Christ's work on the cross is easily overturned by a curse. Now, even though these falsehoods seem absurd, Wendy and I had subtly began to believe them. We asked ourselves a question: why do we have more faith in the power of a curse than in the power of a blessing? We realized it was because we had a tendency to get our beliefs from our past experiences rather than from Scripture. And this is a habit we're called to overcome because, again, the renewing of the mind in Romans 12:2, it says, be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Obviously, that's talking about positive mind renewal. But the truth is that we can renew our minds with lies or truth. And I say pretty much in every podcast, increasing hope is the evidence we're renewing our mind with truth instead of lies. Decreasing hope is the evidence we're renewing our mind with lies instead of truth. And so we can renew our minds. And so we realize, hey, we're renewing our minds with the wrong stuff, with past experience and with our feelings. And let me say this, we are not to challenge the Word of God with our experience, but we are to challenge our experience with the Word of God. I like that. And in order to change our default worry settings, Wendy and I invented the worry with God game. Now, negative worry is imagining your future with God not showing up. That's what negative worry is. Philippians 4:6 says, do not worry about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Positive worry is seeing your future as if God fully shows up. Now, God did not create our imagination to be the devil's playground. So let's use it to be the womb of faith for the impossible things God has planned for us. And I put impossible, I'm saying that in quotes. So let me repeat. Positive worry is imagining your future as if God fully shows up. Now, I'm going to say more about that. But first, let me tell you about a University of Cincinnati study that discovered that 85% of what we worry about in the negative never happens. And most people find a successful way to navigate through the 15% that does happen. 85% of what we worry about in the negative never happens. And most people find a successful way to navigate through the things that do happen. The 15% that does. Wow. By the way, just think about that. So much of what we worry about in the media is fear-driven. The devil is fear-driven. He is constantly talking to us about what ifs. And that is a real robber of joy. It's a robber of hope. Now, so in order to change our default worry settings, my wife Wendy and I invented, again, the worry with God game. And so here's what we would do. We would say if we were blessed by somebody, let's say a pastor blessed us, or even at times, I'll just be honest with you, at times we would fake sneeze in order to get blessed by somebody. It's a little fun secret in our house. Sometimes I would just walk around and fake sneeze so Wendy would bless me, because greater is he that's in her that's in a witch. So I'll just give you a fake sneeze. I don't know, how did that sound? Oh man, I hope I believe, boy, I'm worried because I believe so many of you spoke a blessing over me. And so we would get blessed, And we would say to each other, oh no, we just got blessed. What if because of the blessing, the following happens? What if we get so much energy that we forget to go to sleep? What if hospitals were forbid us to drive by them because every time we do, all their patients get well and leave? Oh no. What if our faces start shining like Moses and people demand that we wear a veil over our face? Well, what if our church grows so fast that we need to have 10 services every weekend? We were just blessed. Well, what if so much finances come in that we can't keep up with it, and we need to hire multiple people to take care of our finances? Who are we going to hire? I love that. Some would say that is ridiculous. You need to be more realistic. No, God hasn't called us to be realistic. He's called us to be supernatural. Even if 85% of what we worry about in the positive never happens, we will have much more fun worrying than remaining in our negativity. What can you worry about today? What do you think of? Whatever you think of, he can do more. Ephesians 3:20 says this, now to him who is able to do exceedingly and abundantly beyond all that you can ask or think, according to the power that works in us. Hey, let's give our imaginations to God and start seeing goodness overtake us. Psalm 23:6 says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I love that. Worrying with God. Let's worry with God. Let's just give him, again, let's give him our imaginations. That's a fun message. And I remember I was in a church a while back, and I was worrying with them as a church, and I said, I'm worried because their church was right on a highway, main street of their city, and many cars go by. I said, I'm worried that the manifest glory is going to waft out of your church so much, it's going to waft right over the highway, and the city is going to find out that people are having difficulty driving by, and that they're going to have pilot cars guide people as they drive by the church. And I'm worried that people are going to be upset that they're going to have to slow down and wait for the pilot cars. And we laughed, that's funny. And he emailed me, I think 6 weeks later, and said, hey, somebody was driving by our church who had never been to our church before, and they started crying driving by the church. And they looked up and they saw that there was a church there, and then they came to our church because of that. That's funny. 85% of what we worry about in the negative never happens. And most people find a successful way to navigate the 15% that does. I wanted to repeat that. Somebody needed to hear that. Somebody within the sound of my voice is already has it, or is going to start a ministry on people overcoming worry, negative worry. And somebody who seemingly worried a lot. I used to think, wow, if I don't worry, I don't care. My worrying, I need to worry more so that I show that I really care. Let's laugh at that. Ha ha. But somebody who's listening to me is going to start a ministry, a powerful, maybe there's a book that's coming from you, a course, a structure of freedom bringing sessions that you're going to free people. You're going to give them tools. We're going to bring breakthrough about worry. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, just a couple other things I'm thinking is there's somebody who's has a street in your city called Brown Street. On Brown Street, there's going to be some powerful things that are going to happen. And I'm also hearing that there's inventors who are listening to me, and your inventions are going to really create a powerful thing. And it's going to create income for you and your descendants in a great way. It's going to finance great causes and ministries as well. Somebody who's been battling a back pain issues getting healed right now, and you're going to bring healing to many backs. A couple random things here before we close. I love to say every morning, this is going to be the best day of my life. This is a day of breakthrough. This is going to be my best day spiritually. I got my clicker out. You can hear it. It's a tally counter. I make 700 declarations a week at least, or I pay my assistant $3 if I don't. This is going to be my best day spiritually, emotionally, relationally, financially, in Jesus' name. You know, when we say things like that, that doesn't guarantee we're going to have the best day, but it dramatically increases the likelihood. We're called to be thermostats, not thermometers. We don't wait until the end of the day to use our words to describe our day. We start our day by setting a new temperature in our day, and declarations do that. Hey, I'm going to be in Fortuna, California on August 18th. I will be in Lewiston, Idaho, August 20th to 22nd. I will be in Guadalajara. I think I've said Mexico City wrong. I gave the wrong address. I'm going to be in Guadalajara in September, and then I'll be in Richland, Washington. Wendy will be with me there in Richland, Washington, at a great church there. You can go to our website and find out the specific locations. I'll be in Australia too. I forgot to say this at the end of August and the beginning of September. The Brisbane, Australia's area, and Bundaberg. I think I got that right as well. Looking forward to that. If you're in Australia and you want to, especially the Saturday meeting at Gloria City Church, there's going to be a Saturday seminar in Australia. Let me just get the date on that so that you can have that. And it's going to be so powerful. Yeah, that's August 31st, a seminar just on powerful mind renewal. And by the way, we're just here. We're here to ignite your hope, and there's great things happening. We're starting an Igniting Hope 6-week course at the end of September. Andy and Jenny Fitzgerald will be leading that. It's going to be a great course on hearing God's voice. So get ready for more information. They're going to join me on a podcast before that happens, so you'll get to hear powerful things there. Wendy's working on a new version of her course, Victorious Emotions. That will be in the fall as well. She's going to have new content with her great book and journal, Victorious Emotions, and some of you have done that, but that's by far our best-selling resource. Such a great book that's coming out. That's Victorious Emotions. You'll get more info on that. And I've been talking about the Backlund Leadership Academy that is going to be starting on September 9th. Wow, we're looking for 48 people. We're getting close. We don't have that many yet, but we're looking for 48 people who want to do an online intensive 5 to 7 hour a week course that takes my greatest leadership content, what I've used here at the Bethel School of Supernatural Ministry. I believe people spend 9 months with me in that way won't be the same. Check it out, ignitinghopeacademy.com. That's where you can find out information about that. And if you're not signed up for our newsletter at ignitinghope.com, you can do that as well by going to our website, ignitinghope.com. Sign up. You'll get the weekly blog that almost always goes is part of same message. Let me say it that way as this podcast, and we have other things that we share about as well, and we let you know what's happening, where I'm traveling, and what we're producing at Igniting Hope. And if you want to be a part of our Hope Arena for $9.99 a month. You get a community group with weekly Zoom sessions. If you want to just connect with other people going after this message of mind renewal, hope, and joy. And also, if you want to be a vision partner, you can go to our website, ignitinghope.com. And if you want to be a consistent giver, and we have got some great perks for vision partners. Hey, we're here to ignite your hope at Igniting Hope Ministries. There's no hopeless circumstances. There's just people who do not have hope. And once people get true hope, circumstances cannot stay the same. Hope's an unstoppable force. I believe after love, hope is the most powerful leadership influential quality there is. Our hope level determines our influence level, and who has the most hope is the most influence. And I've said it earlier, but I want to say it again. Increasing hope in an area of our life or in our life in general is the evidence we're renewing our mind with truth instead of lies. Decreasing hope is the evidence we're renewing our mind with lies instead of truth. Hope is the belief that the future will be better than the present, and we have the power to help make it so. You know, there's always a reason to be pessimistic. There's always a reason to be passive. But we believe this, that the more truth you believe is the more hope you'll have. The more hope you'll have is the more excited you'll be about the future. Hope is excited about the future. And you may not be that way right now. There's no condemnation in that. But you're not going to stay there. Gideon in the Old Testament in Judges 6 was not excited about his future. He was in survival mode. His goal was not to lose anything else. You can read the great story about that, Judges 6, 7, and 8. Many of you know it. And because our strongholds are protected by hopelessness. But he broke out of that. And he broke out of survivalism. And it took one word that started the chain reaction. He got a prophetic word from an angel in Judges 6:12. The Lord is with you, mighty warrior. And then I want to remind you, the joy of the Lord is your strength. We don't need strength at the end of the battle. We need strength in the middle of the battle. I believe this, that our spiritual load-bearing capacity is in direct proportion to the level of joy in our life. Let me say that again. I believe our spiritual load-bearing capacity is in direct proportion to the level of joy in our lives. And I've never found a convenient season to be radically joyful. For pretty much everybody listening, this is not a good season to be radically joyful. Joy in a more convenient season, I'll call for you. I've never found it to be convenient. It's never been lined up. But again, I need strength now, so I need to activate the joy of the Lord. And you look at Proverbs 17:22, a merry heart is good like medicine. Dr. God says, Steve, I've got a prescription for you. I want you to laugh heartily 3 times. Laughter is a powerful habit that we have. Now, great leaders have great beliefs, great priorities, and great habits. Laughter is one of the habits we develop. It helps us stay emotionally strong, physically strong. The family that laughs together stays together. The team that laughs together stays together. The friends that laugh together stay together. We don't laugh all the time. We weep with those who weep. We get that. In brave communication, we're not laughing at times. Usually, and we stir up joy through thanksgiving. We stir up joy through delighting in the Lord. Psalm 37 verse 4 says, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. The delighters delighting with unfulfilled desires, things that he or she wants to see happen that haven't happened yet. They're called desires. We've all got them. But the amazing thing about hope people is hope people are delighters. They're living while they're waiting. They're not waiting to live. They're not waiting for a desire to be fulfilled to live. Matter of fact, if we don't delight, then there's a character issue in us, a belief issue in us that would even hinder us being able to steward the desire that happens. Faith people who don't value hope are waiting to live. Faith people who value hope are living while they're waiting. That's a word for you. And the delighters say, woohoo, Lord, I can't wait to see what you're going to do in this situation. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you're going to do it. I'm so excited about that. Wow. I love this. Hey, some of you may want to just listen to that last part over and over and over again. It's going to get into your spirit. It's going to get into your spirit. Hey, thank you. Worrying with God. Woohoo. Yes. I can't wait, Lord. Man, I'm so concerned. Man, Lord, I'm concerned. I'm worried about those who are listening to this podcast. They're going to get so much breakthrough and so much transformation. People are going to say, who are you? I don't even know you. You've changed so much. I'm worried that your joy level is going to increase so much that your cheek muscles are going to get so sore. You're going to have to go into the prayer line and ask if you can pray, get prayer just for the cheek muscle just hurting. Oh my. Thanks so much for listening to this. Hey, if you like the podcast, why don't you tell somebody else about it? And yeah, if you ever want to send us an email to info@ignitinghope.com and just saying what the podcasts are doing, that would bless us. All right. Love you all. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. You can be a part of our live stream of this Igniting Hope podcast by joining our social media channels on YouTube and Facebook and hitting notifications. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing and leaving a review. Help us get the message of hope out to more people by liking and sharing this podcast. Also, we have so many more incredible resources for you, including books, events, and courses on our website, ignitinghope.com. And why don't you say this concerning the message in today's podcast? I receive it, and I'll never be the same again.